कम वेट बाद में. YouTube किधर है
It's going
साला?
to remain wet.
Remain
Wet
ना?
in the end.
क्या बात है?
It's going to be wet in the
End. Lovely.
end. Yes.
I am at everyone. कुछ अच्छा लगता है man at everyone करने में. All right, link has been shared and I believe we are online. Just do a mic test, mic check.
Mic check.
Yep, we are well. We are quite audible. So, hello and welcome everyone to the Indian Racing League. This is Division 2 and we are around the Straits of Singapore. So, a Singapore night. I am Chipshima, along with me is Vifix. So, Vifix, what do you feel like it's gonna? How do you feel about Singapore? Oh, what's going on here between the Aston Martin teammates? And why is the McLaren just stopped there? Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's an experience. I believe it's a lot of safety cars in the race. It's a deciding factor because you necessarily can't very hard to overtake around here in Singapore. So you just have to kind of make your opportunities. So out laps, in laps, that sort of thing. When qualifying, of course, very important because it is tough to make up positions here.
Yes.
Through on-track maneuvers.
I mean, we have a retiree of JK.
Has crashed? Yeah, he has.
Yes, so the Red Bull,
the
McLaren. No, there's somebody stopped on track.
Moving around on
Has
track.
he retired on track?
Yeah, I see the McLaren. It's not Mayank.
Yeah, Mayank is on a lap. I'm following him.
Why has he retired on track?
Yep. And Abdul has left the session. So something's up with the... Okay, Ramen has just set a lap good enough for P1.
Now, we have done a Singapore commentary before, just last season. And from what I remember, in that, Oxidized took pole by a million seconds.
I mean, what I remember from that race is certain you can beat me having a bit of a...
Yes, what I do also remember from that race is that it took 3 hours to finish with lobby restarts and stuff. So hopefully they don't do that to us again, as even the timing is glitched for me. So
what's new? Yeah, that is gonna keep happening. Don't worry. Let's see. I think we have Oxidize about to finish the lap, so I don't believe we've had the opportunity to be on board with anyone for the entirety of a lap as of now. We have yellow flag for an... No, Thakur was retired. Okay, so we have 3 retirees already. I'm not very sure why and how that is happening, but we see Oxidize, yeah, back on top, and Oxidize, sorry, with provisional pole, a 138.0 on the softs. So behind him, good job by Ramen and Tantar Mantar. I hope that's the only way I can say it. He is also on a lap. He is marginally, actually not marginally improving. He's up by 1.3 seconds. So in the Aston Martin making his debut, have we ever raced against him?
Looks to be a fast lad. Why are there so many retirements already? Especially with Shrikant, who really needed a good result. You would have believed in qualifying, considering the nightmare that he had in Austria, where he surrendered the lead of the championship to the man who is now 101st race in a row for Sid.
And
and he's the championship leader as well.
And speaking of whom, Sid will eventually be on a hot lap soon enough. So how about we follow him when he starts his lap? A yellow flag for an AlphaTauri of Dal Makhani, who's about to start his lap. So Dal Makhani, a very interesting character. He is related to a few interesting characters as well. But he himself is a very fast lad. So would you want to take us through the lap?
And into turn 1, making sure to be very cautious right there. So I don't think anyone's risking it, just trying to get the legal lap in. You can definitely cut more of that curve into this turn, into the sweeping right hand here, and it's very easy to cut and invalidate your lap. Now in through Raffles. I think this is Raffles anyway.
Boulevard.
Yeah, coming through now, break here where Sebastian Vettel absolutely dive-bombed Gasly in his race-winning effort. And look how cautious he's being off of the entry and the exit. Really not risking anything right now. So he just wants a lap to get done. He can definitely attack
Yes.
these more. Lost a bit of time on that exit curve. Hit it too much. Now onto what was the old Singapore sling.
Oh.
He doesn't get the best line out of it into the left and right handers. He's definitely got a lot of time. He's keeping on the table. He almost hits the barrier near this after the small bridge where Felipe Massa once completed one of the best moves I've ever seen in Grand Prix racing. In through now to the start of sector 3. Right-hander again. Now very tight turning angle here. Can he get it all smooth? Very nicely done. You could ride the
Oof.
curve in the last F1 game. Now you have to be a bit more cautious with it. Bit more leniency there. Now into this small tunnel. Again left-hander, right-hander. Now into these last few corners, very easy to lose the car here. If you get it wrong, it does get it wrong,
Oh.
and he's hit the barrier
And he's gonna
and lost a bit of
complete the
front wing.
lap.
But he might as well finish the lap. I think
I
that
mean, it's
would
not gonna
have
do him
put
much good.
him.
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah,
1:41.1, which is a long way off the pace.
yeah. But there's
Uh,
only 5 people who've done a lap,
yep. Oh, yep.
chips, and half the session is over now.
Yep. Three retirees
What's happening?
already. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe
At
these
this point,
drivers are
I'm
just.
just gonna go over and watch the last Singapore race to see what was Oxidizer's time because I
Yep.
do think
And Abdul is
from what I
having
remember.
UP electricity board issues once again.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I shall focus on Spandan as he comes onto Sector 3 in the Williams. Spandan, he has also been a pretty fast driver. Austria was a bit of a unfortunate one for him with the pit lane penalties, and he rides the curb and he has lost a bit of time coming into this corner. But underneath the small bridge, beneath the grandstand, Spandan keeping it well, neat and tidy. But I think he's just lost too much
Okay, so
time, and
there
he
is no official
is.
stream for some reason of the qualifying that we did the last time. So I think
I
that
mean,
footage was lost.
yep, and Spandan invalidates right at the last corner, 139.0. Yes, I believe the last Singapore race was a very, how shall I say, it was very reminiscent of Canada
Yeah,
2011.
but yes.
Yeah.
But I would be very surprised if it wasn't oxidized on pole. He was clearly even if you've done work
Uh,
in through the winter, so to
yep.
speak. So I think he was on pole by 7 tenths last time. So if anyone's gained 7 tenths, and that would you'd have to rely on him not gaining time as well.
Yep.
Um,
And drivers really taking odd risks here. Abdul is
yeah, and
rejoined
no
back,
one
but
is able to do a lap
yep.
time. Look,
I am on board
it's
with
a 2
Raman,
minute five.
who is up by
It's
3 tenths in the first sector, and as he comes through the second sector, he seems to be well in control of his car. I hope I don't
yeah, it's a
curse anybody's
nice,
lap. I'm pretty infamous for that.
nice
But I
smooth
think he's
turn in.
exactly. It's actually turning out to
Let
be a
me.
pretty decent
The
lap for
only
him.
thing that we can look at is the
1.3.
D1 pole time of last time, and
Ah,
let's see and see what
yes.
that was.
Raman's pretty
Um,
close to oxidize, and Mayank goes P2 with a 138.6, about
so
6 tenths
nicely
off
done one lap
oxidize.
from
But
Mayank
Raman is
right there, but
certainly
that's
going to
still
be.
6 tenths off of Oxidize, and
Yep.
Oxidize is a tenth up on his own lap. So if anybody wants to beat him, at least in qualifying, it's a tall order.
Yep, and we see
Or
Raman come up
as
to
they
the
say,
line.
or as they say at Starbucks, an order venti right there, or
Oh,
grande. I forgot the
oh,
sizing. He does a 38.1. That's
300ths
still
of
not
oxidize.
enough.
Yep, and oxidize
Yeah,
himself is
and
improving.
Oxford is gonna improve as well. Yeah.
Meanwhile, if you can just follow Sid Venkatesh, who aborted his first lap, and oxidize has a bit of a rear slide there, and
Is he
Shrikant has
gonna get
left the
held up
session.
here, Sid Venkatesh? Okay, that's a
I'm not
good
sure.
move right
Oxidize
there.
up by
Oh,
almost 5 tenths.
yeah.
I don't
And
know what
Sid
this
looked
man
he
eats,
was he
but I
was
want
struggling a
to
bit
eat the
coming off
same.
of
Does he
the
have traffic ahead
launch
of
right
him?
there.
Yup, and Sid
It was
P4.
yeah P4.
So it's a decent
Yeah, so
lap.
Oxidize is gonna set like a 37.4.
4, yeah.
So it's
No,
gonna
actually, I think
move
it's
the barrier
37.6.
even more.
37.6. I think his last sector has
No,
been a
I
bit
think he
scruffy.
might improve in the last sector. Maybe I don't.
I don't think so.
It
It's going to
looks can be
37.6.
deceiving around here, and
37.8.
yeah, look at that.
I mean, it's
Okay,
still a
so
good
we were.
improvement.
Yeah, I think he has margin on that lap as well. I don't know how much margin the others have.
What
Necessarily,
do
and
you
Malav
do?
just won. Let's all look at Malav. Let's
Has
all
he?
look at Malav. 15.6 laps of fuel. It's going to be a wet race. He's the one who told me that, and yet this shamelessness here.
Oh,
Not even on mediums or hards, just on softs. Like, can you?
yep.
I don't know
Well,
what to say.
that's
I
yep.
don't know what to say.
I think quite
I don't know what
understandably
to
we're
say.
rendered speechless because of his antics, especially you. We have okay, some lot of. It's typical of Codemasters lobbies to have glitches and whatnot, but I don't expect to see people leaving and rejoining at such a frequency. I think within the past 5 minutes, we've seen both Shrikant and Abdul leave and rejoin too many times.
Yes.
But yep,
So
nonetheless,
the D1 pole
okay,
time was a 36.3
36-3.
last season.
I mean, I
Yes.
will say that maybe the drivers are looking out for the race as opposed to just focusing on the qualifying. Because
Yeah, and
if
if they
you
can get
have a wet,
within even half a second of that, then considering this is D2, it's a
yep,
lot of improvement on the D2 boys. So I am definitely rooting for somebody to break into the 36s, and right now it's looking like that match
uh,
is oxidized, but you never know what could happen.
and
I'm
look at,
hoping that more than 8
yep,
people set a lap time, and more than
and
7, and the last two, Vintage and Dal, I don't even think have set like a lit.
Dal is started his
Uh,
uh, new flying lap, so maybe we can have a look at his lap. I'm on board with him, so you want to take us through that?
Oh, and he's
Oh,
almost lost it immediately. He's struggling off of the exits. You can see the hesitation to put down the power.
he is still up
Every
by
time you're
10th.
gonna see it coming off of the exit right there. There he gets a good exit. So is it a confidence issue or is it a setup issue? I I think it's a confidence thing right now. Really doesn't want to crash, which it's understandable. We know who his next of kin is here, and we know what their reputation is. Lama Lama.
I think he's a
Um,
bit wary with his throttle inputs. I don't think he knows the
yeah,
track well enough to be able to push
yeah,
that
and
hard.
this is not Austria where you have, and he goes half a second up on his time. Remember, he had a he did botch the last sector quite a lot
Yup.
on his original lap. So this would probably be a contender for front row for
I'll
now if he
say
can get it
top five.
all hooked in.
I'll say top five. I don't.
Look, he's so cautious. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
want to test the car mid
Yeah.
corner at all. He just wants to sort of get the lap in. Uh,
And he comes up to the
and
line.
yeah,
It
he
is
goes to
P5.
P5.
Wow.
Yeah. So you were
Called
spot
it.
on there,
Yep.
Chips. Yeah.
A
You can see
decent
the
lap.
hesitation in the
But
throttling.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe he.
And
I mean,
Smith comes
it's
up to the
good
line and
news for
Smith goes
him.
P3. Oh, we didn't have not been following him much,
This
and
one
he
that.
is on 4 lap old tires. So Smith,
Yes.
once again, he has the pace. He's just
Yeah,
not
but that's
willing to
it
show
for
it.
him. That's it. Yeah, that's it for him. He could have
Yep.
easily been in the pole fight here. It's Oxidize is on his out
Ramen.
lap. Ramen just coming out of the pits.
Yup, and Sid
Should be fine.
Venkatesh
There's still two
also.
minutes left.
Yup, and Sid and Ramen are gonna be
Yeah.
coming out of the.
Do
Oh,
you think
Sid.
10 people will set a lap time here? I don't think so.
Hmm. We have Malav. I don't know if you
Yeah,
would
but I
consider
know
his
why
race
is
runs a
Malav on
lap.
a new set of softs? Is he actually going to do? Yes, he is going to do one because he has 2.6 laps of fuel.
Yep, and Abdul goes P7. All right, so we do have. So would you count Shrikant's time as a lap time or no? I don't necessarily think so because Tantar
Yeah,
Mantar meanwhile
I
coming up to
don't.
the line and he goes Paul.
And he was
What?
137.4. What a lad! What a lad!
Wow.
Thu mantar, tantri the mantri, tantar mantar. Right
Mayank is
there.
not gonna get to the line in time. Mayank has just left the pit lane and he is not gonna get to the line in
Yeah,
time.
that's
Game
going to
over
be
for
close. I
Mayank.
don't know why he bothered going out.
Although, let's follow Oxidize. This is going to be a very close fight now. Tantar Mantar, the debutant, on his debut, is really shaking up the opposition. And, well,
Yes.
only Oxidize looks like he can be one to challenge him. So maybe we should follow Oxidize on this occasion. Yup, so
Yes,
I
and see,
think.
as Caesar tries to use Discord emotes on YouTube comment section, I'm not sure that's how that works. You can copy
Oh,
paste what ChatGPT has to say, and Oxide is down by 2 10. Has
two
he messed up
tenths.
already?
I don't know. He is proceeding forth with the lap, so I don't necessarily assume he is given up on the lap. But yeah, he is pushing. He is still pushing. And what about Ramen? Ramen is also. We should follow Ramen probably if there's less
Yeah,
scope for
Raman's getting
Oxidize to
ready to
improve.
do his lap.
Yep, so you can probably follow Ramen. I'm going to follow Oxidize as he comes under the Anderson Bridge and onto the sharp left hander. And this third DRS zone off the track. And the Haas driver, let's have a look at his time through sector 2. Has he improved? He has marginally improved. It's supposedly a purple sector as per the game, but he is still 2 tenths off his personal best. What is he going to do?
What happened in that sector 1 to Oxidize?
I
I
think
don't
he had a bit of a
understand
rear
that.
slide, so a lot of drivers are not going to get to the line in time. Only Oxidized Ramen, Sid Venkatesh, and Malav and Spandan can get to the line in time, and the first one of whom is going to be Oxidized. Everybody else is.
I,
Yep.
okay, so
Let's
it
have a
just
look.
didn't clock me Ramen sector 1 time right there. That's
And
very nicely
Oxidize
done, Cody.
improves,
Oxide doesn't do
but
it.
not by enough. Tantar
I think
Mantar
he's
is.
frustrated.
Yeah. Tantar Mantar is
Professionally on
poised to get
pole. You could
pole
see
on his debut.
if
Tantar Mantar.
Oxidize had a decent first sector, he probably would have gotten it again.
Yep.
But
Oh.
what happened there? We haven't caught it, so you can't blame commentators curse people
Yeah. I
on
don't
this
think
occasion.
we
And
are.
Raman is only a 10th up. That's not gonna be enough. Sid Venkatesh is down on his time, so I don't
What
see
about
and
Malav?
foresee any position changes.
Malav could shake up the
Malav
midfield.
is.
See, I mean, as much as we say
I mean,
stuff about him.
he's bound to be in the top 10, no
Yup,
matter
and
what
let's
happens
have a look
here.
where he ends up. It well, it's
And he
wow.
is 10th.
What about Spandan? Right behind him, Spandan coming up to the line from
Meanwhile,
16th. He goes 7th. Okay. We have
Meanwhile, he
No,
finishes his lap. He does P3. Sid just pits.
boxes.
I
So
think
that
he
is it.
realized, yeah, that is it.
On his debut, Tantar Mantar has really shaken up the playing order and
Yes.
he's stolen
I hope
pole.
Smith introduces more of his colleagues to this game, because if they're all like this, then, well, he is a good scout for IRL.
Well, this is quite incredibly remarkable, and an Aston Martin on pole.
Tantar
Yeah,
Mantar doing his mantar. Yes, PSI just rhymed mantar with mantar right there.
yep.
That has to be
That is
seen as an
called
achievement.
skill.
Yes.
That is
And
absolute and
3
pure skill.
people breaking the 38 barrier in this one. That's always good to see. But yeah,
Mighty impressive of Tantar Mantar, I must say. He is really. Provided he becomes a regular feature in the IRL, I think we're gonna see a lot of good things from him. So let me just run through the order. So we have the debutant Tantar Mantar on pole position by 2.5 tenths from who we were pretty much all of us were expecting to be the pole sitter today. Oxidize in the Haas. Then we have Ramen in P3 in the Mercedes, half a second off the pole sitter. Then we have Smith, who set his best lap on 4 lap old soft tires. Mayank in P5, Sid Venkatesh in P6. Mayank didn't get to the line in time. He timed his last run pretty badly. Sid Venkatesh in P6, our points leader. Spandan P7 with that 1 lap dash right at the end there. Dal Makhani didn't really get much running done. Abdul Samad is P9, 2 seconds off. So is Vintage Player in P10. Outside the P10, we have You Can Beat Me, Shrikant, Abhi, and okay, I lost. I was not paying attention to the time.
yes.
All right.
And I was just looking at the timing delta difference. Tantar Mantar was half a second faster than Oxidize in the middle sector. Not even the sector where Oxidize made the error. So that
What?
just goes to show that
Yeah.
that's the setup differences here. If Oxidize is to get up his car for sector 3, then he's going to need to have good in-laps and out-laps if he can't get Tantar Mantar at the race start itself to try and overtake him, because that leads me to believe that he's running more wing than him.
So yeah, I was just gonna ask you that. Do you think it's up to setup, or do you think that Oxidize just made too many mistakes on his flying lap?
I would say Oxidize had a scruffy session, because I mean it's still P2, but I think the amount of advantage that he has here I think he left a lot of it on the table. He easily could have gone into the 36s, in my opinion, considering even if you looked at his last lap, it was very, very on the nose. Maybe he just didn't expect anyone to actually challenge him and then got a bit rattled. Maybe. That's his theories right there, but yeah. I think it should be a fun race.
Certainly.
He didn't win here last time, Oxidize, from what I remember. So with the pace advantage is worth a lot, but it's not worth if you are getting done over by safety cars, and especially as if from Malav's information, if there's rain in the race, and why is there a pile up at turn 1 already? What?
Oh, that is Codemasters doing their best. I believe
So
we don't
do
have
you
some
think
people in the
somebody's going
lobby.
to try?
Can you just invite JK Gamiverse, Ajay Kumar, and oh, Spandan disqualified. Okay, JK Gamiverse, Ajay Kumar, and who else can I see? Yep,
What's
just
his
the two
full
of them.
username? Ajay Kumar.
65. Uh, Ajay Kumar and JK Gamiverse, because neither of them are, well, they're both disconnected, and I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure what the game is going to do, but meanwhile, I'll just run through the
Yeah, I have sent the
tire
invite.
situation. All right, thank you for that. Thantar Mantar are posted. Okay,
Oh,
JK
he
Gamiverse has a
also
power
gets
cut.
power cut right there. Yeah.
Yep.
So UP,
So,
we all know what Abdul has done to get back into the race.
yep. Unfortunately, I don't know if JK will be allowed back into the race because Codemasters is very, very
Yes,
kind
we'll
with
just
their.
instant DQ you, DSQ you now
Yep.
from the race for
Typical.
daring to not start. Yes.
Anyways, let's have a run through the tire situation. So Tantar Mantar, the pole sitter, on mediums. Behind him, Oxidize on hards. All right. Ramen on mediums. Then we have four hard runners in sync. Smith, Mayank, Sid, and Spandan, who Spandan has been disqualified from the formation lap. He's been up to something very devious and deceptive, probably. But nonetheless,
Yes.
then we have a line of four medium runners: Dal Makhani, Abdul Samad, vintage player, and You Can Beat Me. Then we have Shrikant on the hards, Abhi on the mediums, JK and Ajay Kumar. I don't know if they're going to be able to join on the hards and mediums respectively. And then last we have Thakurba, who was just riding the curb. So please don't do that in the main race, Thakurba. You do want to get to the end of the race.
Okay, so Apish is coming in and he remembers
Oh,
Oxidize doing a 36
Tantar
8
Mantar
last time
disqualified.
around.
Yep.
I think he hit the. I think what must have
Yeah.
happened is he must have spun at the last corner, and now the game will just disqualify you for doing that. Which okay.
Obviously.
But do you think one of these hard runners is just not going to pit and wait for rain to come if it does come?
I mean, it's worth a gamble, I'll say. Oh, we have a spinner for the back. It's a
It is
Alfa
an
Rom,
instant
Alpha
win
Tauri.
if there's no safety cars and you can
Yeah.
take it all the way till
Although,
the.
I mean, this is Singapore and this is IRL. And,
Yes.
well, we all know what that leads to. But I think we're going to have the
Yes.
lights out any moment now. So, let me just see. Okay, so we have one
And the
light, two
grid is
lights, three
disabled.
lights, four lights, five lights. A bit of a pause and it's lights out and away we go. It looks to be a decent start for Tantar Mantar, who is holding off Oxidize pretty well, but they're going to turn one side by side, neck and neck. Oxidize moves up into the lead. Tantar Mantar has fallen back one position, and further back we see Smith making a move on Ramin. Ramin did not get the best of starts there on his hard tires, and further back there's a lot of chaos going on, but Tantar Mantar has regained the lead and they contact the top two. Oxidize has been spun around. Oh,
Oh
that
no
was
no no!
not
Has he
very
pitched it? Has he pitched
good.
it?
And
Has he
meanwhile,
pitched
we
it?
see. Oh no, he's back. I saw him moving around, and Spandan and Sid Venkatesh making up few moves, and Mayank has made up a few inroads here. Okay, there was a moment there by Sid Venkatesh, who is so close to making contact with Spandan. For the back, Dal
Look,
Makhani making a move down the inside.
I'm
Yeah.
looking on from Shrikant's POV at the back right there. It's a log jam. He cannot move around at all.
I mean, that is something we need to be wary of for
Yes.
D1 tomorrow. But yep, up ahead, I think Spandan got a pretty decent start, but he is, I think, being held up a bit by Mayank because I think
Yeah, I think
Spandan
they're
really
going
got
to be
his.
transforming now
Oh
fairly soon.
my word! Look at Dal Makhani. Dal Makhani got a very good
Yes.
exit. He might be attacking Sid Venkatesh down Raffles Avenue and into
Remember,
Sector
these two are
3.
priors from Austria.
Yup.
These two
Exactly. We saw some
had that
amazing battles between the.
Albono
Yeah. Yeah.
Hamilton moment as Tantar Mantar's already pulling out.
by a
like so
second.
much of a gap. Yeah, he
And
seems
Ajay
to be in
Kumar
control.
falling back.
How soon do you think the cries of him going to demand are? Because people were willing to send Dal Makhani there after one race.
Yep, I think we
When
already
he
might have a
finished
few
10th.
comments. I don't think we've really seen the comments, but all right. And
Yeah,
Tantar Mantar obviously fastest
I think
lap.
that was just Caesar though, just stoking the flames.
Yep.
As
Uh,
Abdul has no gap. Okay, he is
okay,
gap.
and
Okay.
oh, Dal Makhani. Well, he is giving Sid a bit of a
Yeah,
headache
he
here.
is on mediums.
Yeah.
He is
Uh,
on medium, so let's give him that. So he will be faster right now. But look, there's already a 2 second gap between Raman and Smith. So if he is going to make moves, he's got to do it fast. But how many can you make? This track drinks ERS. For
Even when you're not
fun.
using it, it's like it's very heavy on your
Yeah,
tires
and
and on
everyone's
your.
running such high wing as well, so it's going to be very difficult to get it back unless it's at pit stops. So I wouldn't be surprised if I saw some lights blinking as early as the next lap.
Well, that might be a bit extreme, I'll say, but nonetheless, I think that yep, we might see a few blinking lights pretty soon. Okay, there's a great battle going on behind Smith. Look, it's like a truly train. So we have the new Yano truly around here, and oh, Sid getting very close.
Sid,
Yeah, exactly.
it's very. And remember, Bruno Senna was in the Williams, Massa
Oh,
was
we
in
have
the
a
Ferrari.
Red
What's happened?
Bull,
What's happened to Shrikant? What's happened to
Shrikant.
Shrikant?
He started off the season on such
Yeah.
a strong note, and he's just kept throwing it away after that. What is up with Shrikant?
Yeah, the completely unbiased commentary reaction from me right there. Just
Yep.
you
Oh, Dal
just hate
Makhani!
to
Sid! Spandan! Wow!
you just
Smith is
hate to
really giving
love
us some
to
fantastic action around
yeah.
here. Thank you, Smith. Oh, Dal Makhani sniffing the rear end of that Ferrari, and
But
Sid
Sid is
himself.
sniffing as well. They're
Yep.
all sniffers right
Some
now.
very good
Getting a
noses
good
around
whiff
here,
of it.
and Dal
And
Makhani running
yes,
wide.
and now going
Yeah. Oh, for the
and
back,
now
there's
they're
an
going
Alfa
in.
Romeo. Abdul and Malav, I believe that is.
And
Yes.
my prediction of seeing red lights blinking is not that far away from what I've seen of certain cars. Now
Yep.
it's a 4 second gap between Smith and Raman. What's happened to Smith?
I
But no
don't
one can
think Smith is
overtake him. So
pushing. But yeah, I mean, with DRS, we might see a few moves being
yeah, and I
made.
see Spandan's light blinking. I see Spandan's
Yup.
light blinking. So he
Meanwhile,
just called
let's
it
have a
fourth.
look. Anybody making rash moves into turn 6, I believe this is? No, start of sector 2. I don't know my corner numbers around here. But further back, we have Thakurva and Abhi very
Look
close.
at Shrikant. Look at Shrikant. He's going to do a double overtake on these ghosted cars. Can he
Yup.
at least do that? He dive bombs.
Yes! Fantastic
Dive out
move
of
there.
Yes.
Yep.
More
And
legitimate than his idol.
we have Abhi and Thakurva very close. We might want to keep an eye out for them as well. I shall just follow this fantastic battle because I am biased. I'm loving this midfield battle. Six, and he went on the inside of the Williams. My word, we have to just. I don't
And
think I'm
this
gonna
is smart.
change my camera
This is
angle.
smart. This is
Yeah.
smart from Sid because he knows once he sees the light blinking, he knows once he gets out of DRS or someone's
Spandan.
spun
Oh, Dal
it's
Makhani
going
has
to
a bit
be
of a
very
rear slide
difficult.
there. Yes. And
The
Sid
only
is
thing I
really.
can say is that Smith has damage. The only thing I can say is Smith has damage because
Look
there's
at
no way he's
Sid.
5 seconds slow off
Yep, no chance, no
the
chance.
pace.
Although I can't see, I mean, I'm not really switched to him in a while, so maybe we should do that in a bit. Sid Venkatesh absolutely sandwiched between the Williams and the AlphaTauri. My word, this is
He had a moment coming
incredible.
off of throttle right there.
Yup,
Almost,
and
you could hear the throttle slipping. He's had a bad exit though. That's gonna give Dal Makhani the impetus, but he gets a worse exit than him. So
yeah, I think how much of a possibility is it? Do you feel that tire temps are coming into play here? Oh, Dal Makhani! Wow, that is mighty impressive that he can get so close and not make contact. Couldn't say the same about Austria, but
if
yeah.
they've copied the guy setup who I think they've copied, then tire temp shouldn't be an issue because that
Well,
guy
is that guy
always
you?
keeps his uh maybe
You prefer not to
maybe
comment?
not, but
All right.
he's a very
All right.
distinguished driver. As everybody is just following the same line, whether it be right or wrong. All
It's
three of them dip a wheel outside the track limits.
Yes, we have Abhi and
It's
Thakurva
just very,
trading
and
places.
this is going to be very irritating now for Sid because the thing is, Chip Smith he has damage because he cannot drive any faster.
Yup,
and
and I
that's
mean, let's have a
causing
look.
a DRS trade.
Let's have a look. No, he has both his end plates. So
Oh,
does he
I
have
think I
something
know
like,
what's happened
oh,
here.
vintage
Oh,
player
Vintage
and
is going to
Spandan
get
and
it.
oh, Spandan and Sid side by side down Raffles Avenue. Who's gonna get DRS? Both of them are gonna get DRS. It's gonna be a drag race, battery, DRS, and engine power. But
No, but
no,
that's
Sid makes side contact. Al
Sid,
Makhani
please,
almost makes contact.
that's
Ooh, we're making very odd sounds around here. But
Yes,
I think Spandan's
I hope the
struggles
neighbors
have caused him to fall out
came
of
back.
DRS range. Yup, Spandan's no longer
No,
in
but he's
DRS.
gonna get back.
Is
He's gonna
he?
get
Yup.
back into it by the time they. No, actually, they're saying that
Smith is
he's lost a
very
lot of time now.
cautious mid corner. So what does that
Is
do?
Smith trying to lift and goes
Maybe. It is possible.
from lap one onwards? Oh,
Oh,
Sid
center flag Sid! Oh no! That is probably going to be a full safety car, and Vintage is going to dive into the pit lane. Abhi is going to carry on. Let me just have a look. So
No,
Sid, a
nothing,
race winner.
nothing,
What?
nothing,
Well, there's a car
nothing.
just stopped you. Okay, I'm not going to say much more than that. Oh,
Yeah, I don't
finally
think
we
we
have a.
should. Oh
Why?
no!
Flagship game of Formula One, ladies and gentlemen. Flagship game.
I mean, that is the most realistic thing ever. Them calling a safety
Yeah,
car way too
actually,
late. After
that
all,
is very
the cars
reminiscent of
have
real
crossed
life.
it.
Tantar Mantar,
Yeah,
I hope
Johnny
nobody.
Herbert on his way to
Yeah.
criticize somebody for driving in fourth gear right there.
Yes. But wow. We didn't. I just switched over to Thakurva and
And I
Abhi.
think that that Panoti goes to Jishnu right there in the comment section. But
Yes.
it's only advantage Smith, isn't it? He was 8 seconds behind
Yes,
the
and
top
I
two,
think
and he has
Smith.
no fuel.
What do you do if you're on mediums at this on this point? At this point, sorry.
If it's going to rain, then I'd pit right now.
And what
There's
would
two
you do?
options. You can either pit right now and go on to hards, or you can go on to, or you can just stay out and think about conservation.
What's the more?
It's come at the worst time for Tantar Mantar and Ramen because they were so far ahead of the rest.
So, do you
It
think
was
it's
really
worth it for them to stay
a
out?
2 hours. If they pit right now, they'd come out ahead of just Abhi.
Tantar Mantar is gonna go into the box, all right, and Ramen is going to also go into the box. Wow, playing with the.
Oh no, he's cut it.
Oh,
Oh, no,
he's.
he's cut it. He's missed it.
Now stay out,
He's
stay out.
missed it.
Stay out.
He's missed it.
Did he miss it or
But
did he
at least
purposely
he
stay
stayed
out?
out.
Smith boxes, all right. I was expecting him to stay out. Oh, I mean, probably he has damage.
He has
Let me just probably let's have a look. But this front wing looks completely intact. I hope people have set the repair wing damage option to okay. Because yes, sorry, because yep,
Yes, it
he
does have damage. Yes, it
some.
does have damage.
So, what a brilliant game. We can't even see the damage that our driver has. And Abdul is gonna be held up a little bit by his teammates. Car ahead of him. Yup, a little bit. Caesar is pretty upset with Jishnu. And I mean, the only person who really probably will be very upset is Sid himself, who is now gonna take no further part in this race.
Yes.
But yes, let's have a look at
luckily
the
for
new
Sid,
order.
Shrikant's not really doing anything in this race so far. So, who is going to be championship leader right now? As if the race were to end here.
I'm
and
not
we
sure
get
about the
full
points order as of now. Okay.
Let me go ahead and have a gander at it.
Jishnu, you can chill.
So,
It's alright.
it would be oxidized by 2 points to Sid. Because he is in 6th. No, wait, actually, the points
That's
system is a
8
bit
points.
weirder now, so I
Oh
think
no, it's not 8 points. Yeah, this is IRL. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not.
I think it would
F1.
still probably be Sid anyway.
The race is
unless
still a long way
Oxidized
from being
gets-
over.
Yeah, and it's a long way to go yet, so.
Well,
Sid chasing Spandan, he got spun and got done. That is some dad jokes right there. Please have the
Congratulations,
material
Caesar.
ready, Caesar. You
Once
need
again.
that. Yeah. What
Well.
am I to say? Wow.
yes, okay, do you think that Spandan and Sid made contact? We didn't, I mean,
difficult to
my
say.
bad, I should have been following the interesting battle rather than the battle for what was it, P12. But yeah, I just like to give screen time to everyone. That's My
I
bad.
must say, very decent Williams helmet on Spandan's lap either.
Yep.
Might as well do helmet watch, which is like the most randomly occurring series that we get through. Because each lap is 2 minutes, each safety car
Sid
lap. So
in the
we
chat
need
saying he
something.
took the curb. So Sid, firstly, our condolences on the retirement. You look like you had a lot of pace, but nonetheless, do stick around in chat. Let us know your podium predictions as well. I'm sure one of those slots was going to be filled by you, but yeah, just let us know what your podium predictions are. So lap 7, one retirement, no penalties as of now, and we have Ramen in the lead, Mayank in
Yeah,
P2,
and
Spandan
it's
P3.
Malav who has to carry
Interesting.
the flag for Ferrari. Now he's not used to carrying for Ferrari. He is used to getting carried in a Ferrari as he was this season, as he was in season 3, where he, according to my insider knowledge, was the third best Ferrari driver that season. And yeah, so can he do the job? I mean, it's been a long time since we had Malav anywhere near a podium position. It was, I think, Spain 2 seasons ago, whenever Yash Gosale was a rookie, back then in D2,
That would
was
probably
the
be season
last time.
6, I believe. That's
Yeah,
before my
that was a
time.
long,
That's
yes,
before
it
my
was a
time.
long time ago for
Yep.
Malav. It's been a long time coming, and I am setting him up so if he chokes, it's even funnier. Uh,
I
But yeah,
believe it
do
is
you
gonna
think
be.
Tantar Mantar
Yeah.
has made the right call, by the way? Because he's now P7
Yeah,
and it's
I
not
would
a
say
track where you
so.
can just overtake everyone. And
I
look
would
who's
say.
ahead of him, Oxidize, who
Arch
would be
nemesis.
very pleased
Yes.
to,
Oh,
to
okay.
see that car behind him.
Yep, oxidize. I mean, we don't know the exact time at which the rain's gonna drop and the safety cars in this lap, so you can probably follow Tantar Mantar, and I shall follow Mayank,
Oh.
who is a
Okay, so
few car
Caesar
lengths
says
behind.
Sid will engineer Malav, so conditions apply even on this decent result.
Yep, and
So
Mayank is leaving a bit of a gap, but I think, yep, that is understandable
I think
because
he'll
there's
close
no
it up
rush.
as the time goes along.
Yeah, but I mean, anyways, you
Yeah, but
can't go before the
it's
safety car
yeah, and
comes into the
anyway, you
pit
might
lane.
as well entertain yourself. They've been driving two
Yep.
and a half minute
Oh,
lap times for the last
okay.
five
There's a.
minutes.
It's a lot of bunching going on.
Okay,
You,
it's
probably in the midfield, you might have some entertainment
yeah,
behind you.
what's happening here? Half the cars ghosted now.
But I'm just gonna follow Mayank, who is really having to be very tentative. Takaro and Vintage Trading Places, but Mayank still
Yeah, Tantar
tentative.
Mantar
Ramen
is
still
making
tentative.
it around.
Yep,
Making
and
it. He
okay,
remember
that's gonna be
he once he
interesting.
gets to the
But Ramen
finish line,
has
it's all
pounced.
fair
Ramen has
game.
pounced, and Mayank got a quite a decent restart there. But he mounted the curve a bit, and he's lost a lot of time. And he's going to be under threat from Spandan going into turn one. The Williams driver weaving around to get some temp into the tires, and yep, the hard's not really. Uh, Treating their drivers pretty well because we're seeing
Yeah,
all of them struggling
it's
to
a
warm up
big
the
warm
tires.
up period.
Yep, and Dal
Yeah, and
Makhani,
that's
meanwhile,
actually a good. Yeah. That's
we,
actually a good thing, by the way, because if they weren't struggling, then their tires would have been overheating in a few laps. So,
yes,
you
certainly.
know,
And okay,
potato,
Spandan!
potato.
Oh,
As
Spandan being
Raman gets a
feisty.
three, Raman gets a
What are you doing,
three.
Raman? Ah.
Oh no.
Look at Spandan. Mayank has really fallen off. He got a very good reaction, but after that, it's really
Yeah,
not
look,
gone
Dal Makhani is ready to pounce in
anywhere for
case
him.
one of those
Yup.
well trademarked IRL dashes happen. Um,
Yes, and behind him,
in
you
that
can meet me,
case,
Malav. What can Malav do from here? P5 right now, and behind him, oh, I see maybe Spandan
he
went a
seems
bit
to be
deep.
keeping up.
Yeah.
He seems to be keeping up with the leading pack as Tantar
Oh, it's
Mantar goes
Alfa
to
Romeo!
oxidize.
Smith!
That's Smith. Oh, no, no,
Ah.
no, 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 no,
I'm
no.
pretty sure he has some underbody damage or something because no other reason as to why Smith would struggle so much. He is one of the faster drivers, and we really
You
saw
can't
some
actually
good quality
see any
performance by him.
damage on the underbody, so
I mean, you can't make it out.
it's just yes.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
Malav hitting the wall, losing his end plate.
I think it's it around by Shirika.
What's he gonna do now? Mediums? Do you go for mediums again? I think that's the
Yes,
most sensible
I
thing
think
to
he
do.
has good hearts.
Mediums, or I mean, I don't know. Yeah, hards might be okay, but
Because the thing is, if it might not rain, if it doesn't rain for lap 30 till lap 31, he can still end the race like that. Let's all
yes,
just let's all just take a moment and laugh in the chat right now at that. It brings us together, laughter.
absolutely unbiased commentary here at IRL, and we see Tantar Mantar getting
And Thakurva now
feisty
gets
with
3 seconds, which is I
one
don't
thing
even
I
know how
must.
he's gotten the 3, considering Raman was in first, so he was pushing.
I mean, I must say
Look at
one.
Tantar Mantar, by the way. He's
Yep.
pounding Oxidize.
Sidvi
Yeah,
says rains
continue on with the
later on.
points.
So, Sid, by approximately what part of the race did you see the rain arriving? That is one question to you. And next up, I would like to say that Ramen is really pulling away, and Tantar Mantar. Wow! 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 Wow!
Ooh.
Getting
Can
very, very.
Raman make it all the way to the rain period though?
Oh, he needs safety cars to bail him out here. Okay, Sidvi says after lap
Yeah, but the thing
25.
is, he has surrendered the lead no matter which way because there's no chance of him gaining 15 to 20 seconds on Tantar Mantar in
I
like
don't
3
think so either.
laps.
Okay, you can
Unless
probably follow Tantar Mantar. I'm going to follow Dal Makhani, who is right on the gearbox of the Williams. And, well, okay, Spandan made a bit of a mistake at the last corner there, and he's. Oh, did Dal Makhani make the mistake? I was in cinematic, I couldn't really follow. But, yep, as we go into turn 1, DRS is enabled. Mayank is falling back.
Spandan gets 3 seconds.
Ah. One stat, something I noticed, yeah, that is what I was going to say, but I forgot to mention it in time, is that it is surprising that we have gone 10 laps in and only 3 drivers have penalties. Now watch this become a commentator's
Yeah, and
curse.
now look, Tantar Mantar,
Tantar
look at him do it on the outside. The audacity. And he gets it done. And Dal Makhani cannot oxidize. He tries, but nice blocking of the space right there from Tantar. He just does it momentarily when Oxidize's car is wants to get into that space, but he just can't. That's a nice overtaking maneuver right there, and Spandan's light is blinking again.
Spandan's really dumping his battery, which, I mean, he should be a bit more conservative, and Dal Makhani has probably made a mistake. He's lost a couple of tenths.
Tantar can catch up to these guys, and he's already caught up to them.
Yep, I think main straight is going to get DRS on Dal Makhani.
Oh, and he had a bit of a movement right there.
I mean, he's still gonna. He has so much pace, Tantar Mantar. He was in the lead comfortably. He was not even giving the DRS to Raman in P2 when he was in the lead. So I think Tantar Mantar has really taken a good decision here because he's still gonna have slightly fresher tires than those ahead of him. He's gonna have the pace. He's gonna have the tire life.
Already in the DRS.
Yeah, exactly. I said that he would get by the main straight, and that is pretty much what is poised to happen. And let's have a look.
Dal needs to overtake.
Dal is stuck.
Spandan fast because.
Oh, yellow flag for Abhi.
It's Abhi.
I should just follow. Oh,
until now, so
he was having a good race, but I mean, I'm sure that he is gonna be charging back up the field.
I turned my attention now to Smith, who's going on to vintage from that.
Yup, and ooh, bold move down the inside. Oh, what? Tantar Mantar in the Aston Martin, who's looking so promising, is now going to join the battle which we were just switching over to. Vintage and Smith, and and this is going to be a three-way battle now between the Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, and
everything happening at the same
time.
And
Tantar Mantar moving out the way. Oh, very close. I think Vintage almost got squeezed there, but I think Smith left him enough room. Oh,
nice.
Tantar Mantar, I think, has lost momentum. Yep, he has lost momentum. And I think he's just gonna let his teammate Thakurva by. Yeah.
Yep.
No doubt about it. So Tantar Mantar. Oh, and yep, Tantar Mantar is letting his teammate by.
Yeah, I think this is a DNF.
Not really. He can still carry on. I mean, you never know. Chaos can. I think he's missing an end plate more than anything. I'm getting this helicopter shot. While very beautiful, I really need to see the end plate right now. So game, can you please do that? And he is missing a right end plate. So is he just like letting people go because of the end plate, or does he have damage? Is he having damage, do you think?
I think he has rear wing damage. I saw him hit the wall with the rear of the car, and that is guaranteed damage every time. I don't know of a person who hasn't gotten it. But
Spandan's
now
light
the
blinking, and Dal Makhani
yeah,
is
that light has
back.
been blinking for a long, long time.
And Oxidize is back in the mix now. And Dal Makhani into turn 1. Is he gonna make a move? No, he is not. Well, I mean, he should probably make some attempts to like scare Spandan into a
Oh,
mistake.
that's smart. That's smart. That's smart. Trying to get the run
Good exit, but now
down
Spandan is
through.
probably gonna block him off into the next corner.
Yeah,
No!
but this is smart because now when they
Oof!
come up to Raffles,
He's gonna deploy.
he's made Spandan lose all momentum through there.
Yep, and
That was
he
very smart
has a
maneuver, and
very
that should be the overtake. Yeah, that's
exactly.
nice.
Oh, but the
Not
Spandan forced
overweight to the
off
overtake.
a
Slight
little
bit of
bit.
avoiding action, but
Yeah, but I mean, Spandan really did not judge that to perfection. I mean, Dal Makhani did exactly what I was expecting
yeah,
he
that
would do,
was,
but he did it a
yeah.
corner after I said that he would. So
And
probably telepathy
now,
going on over
speaking
here.
of him, Srikanth is salvaging something from this race. He was spun around just before that first safety car came in, and now he's all the way up in P6 and actually
Yep.
catching up to Oxidize.
And Spandan going very wide, and Oxlade gets him, and they make slight contact.
Oh,
What happened to Spandan there?
luckily,
No. Spandan went very hot into that corner.
maybe he had a rear snap coming off
No,
of
he went
the
very hot into that corner, and Abdul and Smith trade places. Alfa Romeo teammates, pretty good friends, also, I would believe. And
the Alfa Romeo teammates where Smith had to move, even though Smith has more points than Abdul, and Abdul doesn't have a teammate either, so then they should have been in Alpha Tauri, but
yep, that would have been
explaining that
poetic
logic, but yeah.
because we have
Try
some.
explaining that logic, but yeah.
Yeah, they both have some very good memories. I have some. I have very fond
Yeah,
memories
look,
of
but
that
Shrikant,
race. But yeah,
once back to Shrikant, he is gaining hand over fist on everyone now. He has gained like a second on the leaders in the last 3 laps.
and nobody is within DRS range apart from Vintage and Thakur, which is the battle I was initially following when Sid had the unfortunate retirement.
These two have
Let's
had their
just.
fair few
Yeah. I mean, we're not even going to
crushes,
sugarcoat it. We're not going to
strokes.
sugarcoat it here.
Yes.
These two have been involved in a lot of things. And meanwhile,
Yeah, neither
Srikanth
of
gaining on
Smith is
Spandan.
catching up to
Smith gaining
Shrikant.
exactly. Smith on Srikanth. So he's not out of the
I-
mix yet, Smith.
Yeah, I
Smith
think
has.
these are the two fastest guys on track right now, considering that Shrikant is all the time gaining on the leaders, and if Smith is
But
gaining
look
on
at
Shrikant,
Smith.
so what was with that random loss of pace that Smith had?
I think it
In
was just the front
first few
wing
laps?
damage. And Mantar is retired in the pit
That's in
lane.
the that's in the
Thankfully,
pits. Yeah, so he did
thankfully.
have rear wing damage. Yeah,
Yes,
thankfully.
thank you, Mantar,
Others for
for.
the DNF right there.
Yes, exactly.
Um,
Very nice of him and very kind of him. Okay, JK is saying that he got the power back, so can you just invite him to the lobby?
I have invited him already.
JK,
So
we have
if
already
he
sent
got
you an
the power,
invite. Please try to rejoin.
yeah, I invited him all the way at the race start. So if he has not accepted that, then the invite should still be active.
I mean, it's probably best if you could send him another one because at times the invite expires.
Yes,
So-
and by the way, that poll for pole sitter tonight has finally ended. And 33% believe that Madhav will be on pole position in Singapore. That is a curse number, so
Yes, very fabled number in the IRL lore, 33.
the lexicon, yes.
Absolutely. And let's have a look. Smith's helmet is very nice.
Yeah, I must say.
What about Shrikant's helmet? I can't
Now,
see
imagine
it.
if you would like actually customize the helmet besides changing the base color, which you can't even do on non-legendary helmets.
Come on. Don't expect basic features to come into the game. Come on, don't do that.
Oh, look at the
Smith,
overspeed,
oh.
by the way. Smith on the Shrikant tries to defend it. They go
Down the
side by
inside,
side
and he
into
makes
turn
the
four,
move.
and there's nothing. I think
Yeah.
this is. I think this is actually smart from Shrikant. He knows that both of them have like equal pace. Smith is on mediums as well, so he might as well
Actually, I
just follow
think Smith
him
has
and
superior
his own
pace.
battery.
Smith has superior pace. I mean, Shrikant is gaining because those ahead of him are like struggling. Spandan, look, he's fallen back by 1.6 seconds. That's not very.
Yeah, what's happened to the leading backers? I must.
They've just
ask,
flown
if
away.
Smith keeps
Raman and
going like
Mayank.
this, he's going to be on the back of Spandan in not many laps.
I mean, we must
And
remember
consider this, he had just spun. Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, exactly. He spun, and he also, when he made his pit stop, he had to repair his front wing. So he has,
Yeah, but that was before the safety car. So after the safety car, he spun. And he's still in
and these two,
P6.
Vintage and Thakurwa getting very close to the wall.
Oh,
Vintage
look at the
also.
Tucker trying to keep the car in there. Vintage has to leave some amount of room. But this is gonna go all the way to
Oh,
Raffles.
well. Oh, this is.
I've seen
I'm
incidents
scared
happen
to
on
say
that
anything
bridge.
because I'm pretty. Oxidized Rage, meanwhile. We haven't spoken about him for a hot moment here, but he is on the tail of Dal Makhani, who seems to be struggling.
Yeah, I
Is
think the
he?
tires are starting to. I think the
So
tires are starting to
then,
wane
I don't
now.
know how long Smith will be able to
Look at
carry
Smith, by the way,
his
but
pace up.
he's already there on the back of Spandan.
Yup.
And I think this is good data. This is good data. There, of course, we are aware of how many laps Dal Makhani has done on these mediums. He'll have asked it.
And Thakurva on
This is
Vintage
good data
once
gathering for
again.
Smith.
Thakurva on Vintage once again, and he's gonna go for the move. No, he is not, but
This
he
is
comes
for
very close.
this is for a points position as well.
Yes, it is.
Um, I
And
must say, Smith is flying right now. He spun at the Anderson Bridge, just off of it.
yup,
And
and
to be with the leading pack, it's
mighty
not,
impressive.
yeah, it's not a meager feat.
Well, he is really doing a stellar job here, and I mean, Spandan's light is permanently blinking. There's nothing about it, and
Yeah,
yep.
there's nothing you can do about it though, because you can't harvest now. There's somebody right at the back of you.
So what?
And remember,
Oh,
technically, it doesn't even have to make this overtake Smith because Spandan has 3. So
yeah. JK didn't get the invite. If you can just send him the invite.
I have sent him the invite. I sent him one
So he's
message.
saying he didn't get the invite. So all right, I can try, but I'm just too worried that the game will be very
I
upset with
have
me
sent him
for trying
another
to do a
one.
good thing.
Yeah. Yes. You
I
try and be noble, you get disqualified in this game.
exactly,
That's how it works.
exactly. So that's exactly how it
Oh,
works.
that's no mean to. I don't mean to jinx Smith, but he was 3-3-3 behind the car. Um,
Behind a Williams, and that too, is it the Latifi Williams? No, it's the Albon Williams, so he's lucky there.
it's
But
impossible to
Smith
comment
making
against the
the move,
overspeed.
and yep,
And
this is
JK
Smith's favorite
is.
overtaking place. He made the same move on
This is
Srikanth
everyone's
about
favorite
3 laps
overtaking
ago,
place. Oh, that is a brilliant
and
move right there. And can he now catch up to Oxidize? Those tires are nearing the end of their usefulness. But does
yep.
he believe it's going to rain before that happens? I think if it does, then he's absolutely called it.
See,
This is
Sid said that we would have rain around lap 25, but with the 2 safety cars, I think that window might be a bit earlier than we are expecting. So Smith might
yeah,
just have
it's
played
probably
the
been
master stroke here.
pushed. Yeah.
Because look,
It
oh, sector
does.
one,
What's
Ferrari,
happened?
you can beat me, Mal. Once again, he's facing the wrong way. He has no front wing. That's a safety car.
Yeah. Oh my god. This game. This game. What?
What do
And
you
that
do
was an
now?
instant call as well. That was an instant call. Unlike when his teammate crashed in the middle of the track.
Ajay Kumar with a
And
penalty
Ajay
for
Kumar
ignoring
gets a
yellow
fine.
flag, but he's not even driving.
I certainly hope nobody gets a
JK
fine for
rear
that.
ends
Now,
ball
it's just
out. What? Why? Who? How?
well, we commend you for
What
your service,
happened
JK, but
there? Okay, I mean, he can probably. He probably just got control of his car. Okay, everybody's gonna be diving into the pit lane. Seems like no Dal Makhani staying out. Okay,
oh, that's
every
brave.
single
Smith is
driver into
staying
the pit
out.
lane. Shrikant staying out as well. Abdul is
Is
staying
somebody
out.
going to put on intermediates? Robert's on it.
Robin, race leader on intermediate
I
tires.
did this last season as well. He did this last season as
And
well.
another, the Williams.
It's
Who's the Williams? Spandan, I believe. Spandan also going on to intermediates. So is
So
Oxidize.
is Oxidized?
Okay.
It's not even raining yet.
So I'm.
It has to rain. It has to rain immediately.
For their
now.
sake, it has to rain immediately. It has to. Well, Barso, right away.
But I
Otherwise,
mean, I would have just gone. Normally, you just go with the old adage, don't you? If it's not wet on the track, then you don't put on intermediates. Ferrari Brazil 2022
no.
Q3.
Nothing will ever come close to that. And as a Ferrari fan, I say that that was hilarious to watch
Yes.
because
What was more
how
hilarious was the fact that people thought that Ferrari were going to get pole in that race.
well funny things happen. You have to okay. So Malav has switched on to the soft
This
tires,
has
which
to
is
be
probably
Lamau
sensible.
Lamau. PSI for the first time, I agree with you. It
Wow,
has to immediately, even if it's such a long lap.
you're gonna
A
lose. They're gonna
lap
lose so
driving
much
on
time.
inters. They're
So,
gonna lose at least 30 seconds.
one thing I'm gonna say is that they were probably misled by the new Jeff I.E. Mark, the race engineer, who said would have probably
Yes.
said rain is due in 5 minutes,
And
and then
remember one thing, you can't make out the weather in Singapore because it's nighttime.
exactly
You
it's night. I was just
cannot
gonna say
look at
that
the clouds.
exactly there are no clouds to look at. We're just gonna have to wait for our eyes to see and
And
tell
remember,
us.
it not only has to rain, it has to rain very, very heavily immediately.
I mean, is
Because
this too
even on like
opportunistic?
slight,
So I
it's even
mean,
on like a slight bit of rain, it's
uh,
not going to happen.
are they banking on the
I
safety car being
understand
out for
where
another 2 laps?
even still you would need inters from lap one. If
Let's have a look at the
even
tire
if they do
temps.
one lap on dry, the tire temps not going to affect now.
Oxidized
It's only going
spawn!
to affect later. Okay. That's the tire
Oh,
temps for
and
your
he
chip. And he reset. And he reset. And he reset. And he reset.
has just caught that and okay,
That's
Abhi
got it
barely
for
avoided
you.
that.
Oh my
Mayank
god.
and okay, something happening
Let
here.
me
I think that
share
was
that to
just
the man above.
yes, the man above, the supreme leader, and Oxidize. It just keeps getting worse for him, I'll say, because almost well, it was not pole, it was almost pole to P10 on tires which are not suited to the track condition. What do you do from here if you're Oxidize? You also have a reset coming your
Uh,
way. So,
yeah. And I was just going to say, to some extent, I understood why Raman and Spandan, they have a 3 seconds. So if they're going to get screwed out by late safety car anyway, why did Oxidize pit? He has no penalties. He was in a podium position battle. And even if the strategy works now, he has to win by 15. Near enough.
what's the penalty for track reset? 10 seconds?
It's a 10 seconds. And what's going to compound it is the fact that he's not even the leading inter runner, so he's still going to get hampered by the pace of those ahead of him, even
What
if
he
he's faster
needs,
than them.
yep, what he needs is effectively a Singapore 2017 to happen in front of him to all the cars in front of him.
And Srikanth is in P3, like a
So,
certain Red Bull driver
yeah,
was that
yeah,
day.
somebody, I wonder who that was. Well, he is in the Checo Perez car, and that car did win the actual 2022 Singapore GP.
Caesar, I think that was a clearer resolution than 1080p that he was caught in.
Yep. Is the stream choppy again? Because I remember my stream was very choppy
No, I think it's
during my
fine.
stream.
Yeah,
Is it? It's fine?
Yeah, you shouldn't expect Codemasters to let you know. And
No, the stream looks pretty
I do
decent.
hope, Chips, that you are ready to do solo console when my game inevitably crashes as well. This is something that
Yes.
I did forget to remind viewers. Yeah,
Yes.
Caesar, start the poll. When's my game going to crash?
What's your prediction for when your game is gonna crash?
I think it's gonna crash at like the most inopportune moment, like when there is a lead battle going on with like 3 laps left.
Yes. So you predict lap 28, 29.
Yes, 25 to 28.
All right. That is
And
gonna
look,
be.
it's raining. Is
it? Is it? Yup.
It
Raindrops
started,
falling,
but
raindrops
it's
falling, and
just
Malav into the
started,
pit lane. But I mean, I think it is. In that case, maybe they could have just saved some life on their intermediates and just come in a few laps later. Oxidize, Spandan, and Raman because the inters are going to be
those inters are
slightly
going to be
more.
heated up now.
Yeah, they're going to be.
They're going to be very overheated as well.
Okay, we have somebody in the chat who is here to support Shrikant. So never say never. Anything can happen. And well, a lot of raindrops here, and I believe the safety car is going to be in at the end of this lap because look where Malav is. He is going to catch up by the end of say sector 2, and that is around about when we could expect the safety car call out
Yeah,
to be given.
Smith is not going to be Malav's biggest fan now for delaying it.
Yeah, yup. Uh,
And remember, Raman and Spandan have 3 seconds, so if this goes well enough, he's back in podium contention.
yes.
Malav. And Oxidize has the 10 coming his way. So
So what the top two need right now is for those two behind them to hold off
and
the
look,
three
it's
behind them
starting
actually.
to rain. There's those drops on the racetrack.
And once
that happens
again,
on every racetrack
yes.
in the world, of course. The
And
same
look at
pattern,
it, it's actually
dynamic
getting
weather.
pretty bad. Although I will still say that as they come across the line, they may have about one lap left. Okay, you can probably follow somebody in the midfield, like Spandan or somebody. My
I'm gonna go follow
word,
one
that
of
is
the.
too
I'm
close.
gonna
Oh,
follow
the
my
track is
he's
getting so
doing that
damp.
well.
Just look at in cinematic cam, the track is getting
Yeah,
incredibly
so
damp.
yeah, very
I'll
realistic
actually be
right there.
surprised if they don't all dive into the pit lane now because yeah, look, do we see spray? I mean, they're not going
What
fast
else?
enough for spray, but okay, the spray
Yes,
has
there is
arrived.
spray. There is spray. There is
There is
spray.
spray. The spray has arrived. All
It's
right.
become intermediate in like 5 seconds.
Wow.
The
In
dynamic
the
real-time weather
oh,
system
Mayank
right
and
there.
Spandan and Mayank. Okay, nonetheless, Smith and Dal Makhani. What do you do?
Okay,
Sector
this is
3.
actually
Sector 3.
funny.
How do we
Cody,
have a
what
yellow
is this
flag?
weather system?
How do we have a yellow flag behind a safety car?
What is
Nonetheless,
Dal Makhani doing?
Dal Makhani is taking it tentative.
This
He
is
does
going to be an
not.
instant pit. This is going to be an instant pit right now. That puts
Yup.
Malav into podium contention.
Certainly. And let's have a look. What does Dal Makhani do? What does Smith do? What do any of the dry runners do at this point in the race?
They have to pit.
Look at how
he's
slow Dal
shutting
Makhani
it
is taking it.
down.
He's being so tentative about what he's gonna do. And I believe he is gonna stay out or something. And Smith
Still a long way to go, mind you.
Smith
There's
can
still
dive
12
into the
laps
pit
left.
lane. Oh, Dal Makhani with the late move. Okay, I believe everybody's going to file into the pit lane
Yeah,
here, which is going to
it's a
leave
fact.
Raman into the lead of the race. So is
That's the
Spandan.
weirdest start I've
And
seen.
Smith with the
Smith gets
penalty.
a
What did he do? Smith, you had everything going your way. I mean, it's just passion here because I'm just
Yeah.
pretty upsetting. And Raman is into the lead of the race. Master stroke of a strategy call by Raman, Spandan, Oxidize, and
mucked
Malav.
the others, I believe they mucked around too much. The
Malav.
dry runners.
Well,
And
effectively,
they've actually
Malav.
given
Okay,
those inter guys the time.
I have a
Now
conspiracy
Malav has
theory
to be
here.
within 10.
I have a
What?
conspiracy theory here. Malav was the Nelson Piquet and the Fernando Alonso in this situation because he caused a
Yes.
safety car by crashing out and he gained the position. So he has done a
Yes.
crash gate 2023. Okay, Malav under
By
investigation.
himself, by himself.
Yes, certainly. And well,
Now, if Malav can't finish within 10 seconds of Oxidize, he's an absolute embarrassment. And considering that he's already 4 seconds down, um,
and
yeah,
okay,
so-
Mayank still on mediums. What?
oh, I think the is glitched.
Ah.
Either that or he didn't change it.
Yeah,
Either
yeah,
that or
no.
he didn't change it.
The game probably did. The game things to him. Shrikant on
And
Smith.
now look, Malav is actually catching up to Oxidize.
He has the pace. I think he set his car up for these conditions. As did Oxidize because I think he's slowly catching up to those ahead of him. And
Yes,
Raman, I
right,
believe, is struggling now.
Oxidize.
Let's just have a look at the position changes. Okay, yellow flag for Mayank. Yep, no
McLaren.
surprise there. Obviously, he's on dry tires on a wet track. No chance for him.
And I think the top 4, I mean, it's still 11 laps to go of Shani Singapore.
Anything can
so
happen.
It's still a long way, so it's not lost for those guys who just pit right now. And that's why I don't think they'll be viewing it as much, that much of a loss. How did Dal Makhani lose a position to Shrikant?
I think he was just held up with his pit exit there. I don't know if that pit exit, what do you call it? Safe pit entry, pit release is enabled. Because that
think
can like
that's
really screw
default.
up your chances.
The default is that it should be enabled.
But yep. Okay, Caesar says Malav could get P2. He certainly could. He could get P1 as well,
He could do
provided
P1,
that
yeah.
everything goes right for him. And I mean, at the moment it seems to be going pretty okay. We have
Yeah,
once again
if he gets a penalty removed for him twice, then he is in P1 right
yellow
now.
flag for
Oh,
Abhi.
Abhi's crashed.
Abhi's crashed
Abhi
out.
crashed. That's a
That's
safety car.
probably
That's
going
a
to be a
safety car.
full
That's a
safety
safety car.
car. Yes, it
Yeah, that is
is.
a full course.
Okay,
That's
so
gonna
Mayank
bring
has been
back.
thrown a lifeline.
Yeah,
Throw
and I
lifeline
think
for
Smith
Mayank.
will pit. I think Smith will
Really?
pit to take the 5.
Um,
Because he needs to take the 5. You might as well take the 5
would
now
you?
rather than it be
A
added to your
question. Oh,
end of the
Malav!
time. And oh my god. Oh my god. This guy is not real. He's no. Sid, how did that happen? Sid, we need answers. That's his 4th drive-through of the
We
season.
deserve answers. Oh, I think everybody cursed him here in the chat and us as well in the comms box. So we should just keep berating him. That's the only way he's gonna get results.
MIFN, yes.
Oh my word, Malav, he was looking so promising. I mean, I just
How
don't
do
know
you
what to
even
say.
speed in intermediate conditions?
I mean, this is something I would do. I have done it on a lot of occasions, but
clip this. This is the biggest choke job I've seen in some time. Our resident IRL citizen in Singapore would be proud of that choke job. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. Now,
Oh my god, what?
What do people do? I'm still taken aback by what's just happened here, and he's gonna stay out.
But
Malav.
why would he speed? He was 16 seconds ahead of the next car. It's a safety car. No one's gonna punt him from the back anyway.
Smith is gonna box, as
Yeah,
you
yeah,
rightfully said, and that is logical. But yeah, that's actually what I was gonna say when Malav caused his moment again. Now Smith has already made the decision, but if you were in his shoes, you know how difficult it is to overtake with the pack being as competitive as it is. So would you have rather stayed out and hoped to build up 5 seconds at the
Yes,
end,
but you do know.
or
But I also know that people are gonna start to get desperate at the end.
yes, that is certainly going to happen. And well, why is Mayank still out on mediums? Or was he? No, I think no.
Has he not reached
He's
the pit lane?
carrying
He hasn't
on. What
reached
is
the
he
pit.
doing? Is the track gonna dry out again?
Is the track dry on his screen?
I mean, obviously not. He's 37 seconds behind the next car. And I mean, look at his braking, look at his acceleration, and look at his steering. His driving in general he's being very cautious. That is obvious that he doesn't have any. But then why is he?
Yeah, now that we've come off of it, let's all just laugh at Malav in the chat again. Someone started train on that. Yeah. Sid Venkatesh, remember from what insider sources have told me, went out of his way to try and recruit Malav to be his teammate.
I mean, it is poetic that all the mishaps which happened with Malav happened in a Ferrari.
Yes.
I mean, it's not very. I don't necessarily feel very happy while saying it, but yep. Once again, we see good.
He could have had Abdul as his teammate. He could have had Vintage, Mayank, Oxidize, Ramen, Shrikant, but no, he chose Malav.
It's just too much to take in right now. What is Mayank doing? Why is he not pitting for intermediates? This is very weird. I mean, obviously he is not going to gain anything by staying out, so why is he staying out?
And one thing. The guy in P5 is in P1 right now.
Oxidize? What about Oh yeah, he has the track reset.
Ox.
So yes, Shrikant has really turned the race around. Okay, so Sid says dry in 5 minutes.
Abdul, and as a chance with penalties coming, Ajay Kumar is.
He's not even driving. He is not even in the race, Ajay Kumar, and he's looking set for a podium. What exactly is going on over here?
If it's dry in 5 minutes, then Mayank, if he can catch up, he's. I think that's what he's
He's
banking on.
carrying on. I mean, so I just
I
want to
mean,
say
he's
that
going to win. He's going to win if it dries up.
but I mean, I just want to say that the rain came very fast and the track got damp very fast. Although it is night time, the track won't dry out very fast because it is
Yeah, but you're
cold
trying to use
conditions.
logic. You're trying to use logic, Chips,
Ah, yeah, that is
in this
exactly
one game.
what is wrong with me trying to use logic in a Codemaster situation. No, absolutely not. Nah, that's. I
The
mean,
thing is, this is the biggest go big or go home strat. He's either winning or finishing last.
is it lucky or unlucky 13 for Mayank today? Only time will tell. He is losing time behind, even under safety car conditions. I think that is.
And
And
I
the
think
rain
the
has
safety
stopped.
car
The
will
rain has
be in this
stopped.
lap
The rain has
because of.
stopped. But
Oh,
the track is still damp. The track is
it's
still
all
damp.
coming together.
And is the safety car going to be out for another lap?
Let's see his confidence going into the next set of turns. Not as much, but a bit more.
No.
A bit more.
He
A bit
is.
more again. He's gaining on them now. And if the safety car is staying out, a bit more again.
Now, what do you
Look,
do if
slowly you
you're
can see from his.
some of those ahead? What do you do if you're somebody like Oxida, for
If I
example?
have a penalty like Thakurva or someone, I would pit. Because you're not
How
going to
much does
finish in that
Thakurova have?
position anyway.
Thakurova has 3
3.
sec. All right,
It's
everybody
the
is 3 sec.
and look,
Nobody.
Mayank is look at his steering inputs.
No, he's still very cautious,
It's yeah, but
but getting
it's
better.
much better than last time around.
So okay,
No,
what's
it's
happened
not
here?
him.
Dal Makhani and Smith. Okay, something's happening with them, but
I hope Dal Makhani didn't hold. Oh, okay, that's a big lane cut right there.
okay, pit lane cut for Dal
He went
Makhani.
after the line. I'm pretty sure he went after the line.
What is Dal
And
Makhani
that
gonna
is
do?
gonna, he's going to
Dries.
He's going to rise.
And yep, Abhishek has made a very nice statement that he has actually given himself a blessing in disguise because the safety car is now going to be out for another lap.
Yes, but there is a limit to that. Sometimes it just don't care. And look, he's still a bit ginger, but look, he's getting onto power earlier now. He's
The
he can hit
mediums.
third, fourth gear.
I mean, it all matters on how fast the track dries up. I mean, logic, not me. Logic dictates that the track would take time to dry up because it's night time. But let's have a look at his braking, and that is okay. But no. Actually, he really had to slow down a lot. What about Dal Makhani?
But he's on new tires as well, so we should.
New
expect him
tires,
to
but
do
they're
worse
cold
than that.
tires. Let's have a look. He
Yeah.
is gonna brake and he is gonna
Yeah,
run
he's
deep
open
into the
the
corner.
vehicle. And look, Mayank's caught up. So
I mean, they're all behind safety cars.
Now
So
he has to lose a lot of time. He has to lose a lot of time behind this. And once the race gets going as well now, for him to not be in a very good position.
oh, Mayank has a half spin.
Oh.
My former teammate also, Mayank, and safety car is in this lap. All right. So with how many is it going to be? 7 laps to go as we cross the line. It is going to be game on.
It is
part
a very
2.
large pit delta in Singapore. So
Yep,
that's
30
gonna help
seconds.
Mayank.
30 seconds, but I mean, there's also the possibility that he could lose that much time while stuck behind other cars. And the track still is
The
not
advantageous thing
ready
for
yet.
him is that he's going onto a drying track. If it was going onto a wet track, that's very difficult to keep. If he was on inters and the track is
And you can
dry,
probably
it's
follow
very
him as
difficult to
well.
keep the tires
I'll
in
follow
tense.
Spandan. I'll
Yes,
just
I will follow him.
track the leaders, and I mean, this is going to be very interesting as we get into the final half of this race, final part of this race. Ramin
It's stopped
tentative,
raining, and I
safety
can
car
see
is in the pit lane. Spandan is almost level, and Ramin dives into the pit. So does Spandan, and so does everybody apart from Malav, who carries on. I think actually that's a smart move. He would have otherwise got held up in the pit lane. And everybody,
Malav
sector 3. What's happened? Mayank and Dal Makhani going very slowly.
Smith
What?
doesn't and Abdul has went to, no, Abdul is hit the pit lane
How?
wall.
How do you?
He's hit the
What?
divide. Oh, Dal
And
Makhani.
Dal Makhani spins. Where is Dal
No,
Makhani?
he's just dived Mayank right there. That is.
That is gonna make Mayank very upset. And let's have a look at the delta. Dal Makhani, is he gaining or losing time on Smith? He is at the moment losing a little bit of time. No, he's losing a couple of tenths every refresh. But no, I think it is. No, the track is back to dry. Whatever is this game? It's like
In one, it like immediately, and Smith has made the wrong decision both times now.
No, he's actually still gained a bit of time in Sector 1, but yep, as they go into Sector 2, everybody's behind. Mayank is on softs. And Dal Makhani, I mean, I didn't really catch that move. I was just focusing on Abdul making a very colossal choke job over there. But yep, Dal Makhani gaining. Dal
Only
Makhani
thing I
gaining.
can explain is Kimi Raikkonen versus Daniel Kimi at turn 1.
Was it that bad? Because if it was that bad, then that can
Yes.
probably warrant a penalty for. I mean, anyways, I don't think Dal Makhani finishes the races. And yeah, Smith, yeah, it was not the right call for those ahead. And oh no, Malev is gonna have to serve the drive through first and then switch on to the tires.
No, if he presses box to slap, then he can switch on to the tires and then serve
Okay.
the drive through. But does he know that? And
I hope he does. I sincerely hope he does. And all right, that was.
I don't
Let's
see
have a
the
look at
Ferrari pit crew
Malav
out.
and the Ferrari pit crew. Are they in the pit lane? No, they're not.
No, they're not.
He
no,
is.
They're not. No,
And Dal Makhani moves up into the lead of the race. Mayank is P2 and he's a long way back, Mayank. What is
But
Mayank?
Mayank
What
was
happened?
last. He was
How
stoned
did he
dead
lose?
last.
But
Does he
tell
have any
me,
damage?
how did he lose 5 seconds
any
in
damage?
one lap? They're both on the
I
same
think he
tires
has some
after
damage.
all.
I think he might have underbody damage. He was hit on the side.
So, okay, and what does Malav do now? I mean, this is pretty much game over for him unless there's
Again,
a lot
Chad,
of chaos.
Again, Chad, a lol moment right there. And now people are going like...
Srikanth on Oxidize and ahead of them is Malav. And I don't think there's no
And
DRS.
Srikanth is getting blocked by Malav.
Oof.
His approach. Oh my
And Malav is almost going to hold him off there. And well, Srikanth, well, Malav doing a very good job for Oxidize there. But well, we can't really blame him for blocking as such. And oh, we see a couple more overtakes in the background, but that's on a car which is not even in the race.
Abdul saying his car didn't turn properly. That's why he hit the divider.
That makes some sense, I would say. And once again, these two have been at it. No matter the penalties they have, Raman and
But do
Spandan
you
have been
think
battling.
It matters for Mayank because even if they catch up to him, they need to gap him by 3 seconds the next two.
I mean, if I were Mayank, I would really
I
be
would
looking
say,
to
regardless,
push.
it's an absolute masterstroke of strategy.
It is, but I mean, if I was him, I
He
don't
was
know how
playing
much
4
tire wear you
DHS
get.
when everybody else
How
was in dry weather.
and how? Okay, Srikanth then gets Srikanth gets oxidized.
Overtake done.
DRS enabled, and I shall follow Spandan, and who is himself chasing Raman. Okay, almost cutting the corner. Then Raman with the fastest lap of this race. What can Spandan do? What can Raman do? And what does Malav do? Malav is going to go into the pit lane, I believe. Yep, as I can see on the minimap there, Malav into the pit lane and Spandan getting so close. Oxidize with a penalty. Well, this has just not been a good race for him at all. And at this point, if provided Srikanth can amp up the pace, he is looking poised to get P2. He really needs to pick up the pace though. What's happened in Sector?
I think Dal Makhani is slowing. He's driving very slowly. I think he's trying to give Mayank the place.
No, I think he had a spin or something.
No, he's trying to give Mayank the place. He slowed down half a second in the first sector as well.
And
Yes.
okay. Not sure because
Mantar,
he's finally left the session. Yeah, Dal Makhani is driving pretty slow to let Mayank catch up. And I mean, look, Raman has caught up. They've caught up by 2.5 seconds this lap alone. So it is really
They need to make an overtake.
Mayank needs to rush. And what can Mayank do?
I mean, he's getting a podium, like pairs, I think.
I mean, will he be
Bare
satisfied with the
minimum.
podium? He
He
was
was
looking poised
last.
for a race
He
win,
was
and
last.
yup,
He was last
yes.
for like 40
And
seconds.
Thakur van vintage, vintage,
Vintage,
vintage,
vintage,
vintage.
vintage, vintage,
Okay, okay,
vintage.
okay, 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 okay. Okay, let's go back
I
to the
don't even
leaders
think he was
here.
near Thakurwan
What
either.
is Dal
That was just a
Makhani going to
reflex
do? What
reaction
is
to
Mayank
do
going
it.
to do? What is Ramen going to do? As they go into turn, the last turn and onto the main straight, Mayank
Look
is
at how
gonna
much
get
faster Ramen is
everybody's
than
gonna get
Mayank.
DRS, and yup, this I don't think Mayank can hold off these people. And they, but at the rate at which they closed up to him, I'm pretty sure they can also pull away by 3 seconds by the end of the race. Ramen is looking poised again, but what?
I mean,
Why
Mayank is
has?
getting DRS.
But is it
But
enough? Look
is
at
it going
Ramen.
to
He's
matter?
close. Ramen is gonna deploy. Ramen is gonna get that overspeed which we saw from Smith, but he's gonna go for a move around
Nice
the
approach
outside
in
as
on
compared to
this
the
occasion.
inside. And
Oh my
Mayank.
god, Ramen. Okay.
Okay. Okay. No, that's not right. You can't do
You
that.
cannot do
You
that.
can't
You
just do
cannot
that,
do that.
Ram.
That is an illegal overtake in every language. The amount of he was never even on track
I mean,
from the moment he left the DRS zone.
he effectively like lengthened his braking zone and he took the
Yeah,
wider
and I
line.
think
He
Mayank
got
did give
past.
him the space.
And the funny thing
I
is, the
think
game
Mayank
allowed him
did
to
give
get
him the
away with it.
space. And Spandan
And
was on the
Spandan barging
inside.
his way past the McLaren as well. And so is Srikanth. Look at Srikanth in all of this. I mean, with Dal Makhani's tendency to. Oh, did Raman make contact with Dal Makhani? Did I saw something happening? Ramen is forced into the wall here. What is going on? Lap 28 and Dal Makhani letting Ramen by, or does he? Is he gonna fight it? Is he gonna hold on? What is going on? This is very interesting to judge,
I
but
would be surprised if that doesn't get reported, and I think that's a
that
5
will
second,
be
right, for an illegal overtake.
that will be. I mean, yeah, I mean for Ramen, I'm sure it's going to be more than just 5 seconds, because I mean
They just saved
that's
my
just a
recent
unethical
20 lap
move
to
by
the
all
last 5
means.
minutes.
And Ramen and Spandan and Dal Makhani cuts off Spandan, so probably he is favoring Ramen at this point in the race. But okay, further back, Mayank still holding off Srikanth. But okay,
Well,
let's
at least
see.
Mayank seems to have gotten some of his pace back.
Spandan, yeah, I think Mayank is just being helped out by the DRS because I mean Srikanth is just too fast
How is
behind him right now.
Spandan's light always blinking?
Well, I'm no answer for that. I don't know how he just depletes all his batteries so fast. And look who's behind Srikanth. Oxidized Rage. Somewhat back in the
The
mix.
last message that Abdul sent is not in context to that the ramen move, but it does definitely summarize our reaction.
Well, what did he send? I could not see it. Alright, bhai with an skull emoji is the last message I can see. And up ahead, yup, I think that Dal Makhani is trying to hold off everybody for Ramen. But Ramen has an extra penalty coming his way.
Understand.
What is going on here? There are going to be so many reports, and if only we could see them all, they would be an absolute joy to witness. And Srikanth hassling Mayank ahead of him. And Mayank is almost falling out of DRS.
It's just 4 more. It's just
Mayank's
4
falling
more
out of
zones.
DRS.
And he needs to keep within that DRS.
Srikanth's light is blinking.
I think he's
Srikanth's
just
light is
about
blinking.
here this time.
Srikanth's light is blinking, so obviously, and he got such a great exit out of the final corner, Srikanth, and as they go into turn 1, is Srikanth going to go for a move?
No, I think Srikanth will set it up for the Raffles Boulevard. He knows Mayank doesn't have DRS now.
Yup, and this is the penultimate lap of the race. Wow, I've lost track of the lap number.
This is probably for the race win as well at this point.
And who is going to win? Anybody could win at this point. Ramen has pulled away, but he has certainly an extra penalty coming his way for that very sus overtake on Mayank. I don't understand how he just got away with it, and how the game let him get away with it.
Well, I mean, as I said earlier, harken back to my logic argument, Chips. You're trying to put logic into this.
Yeah, that's once again shortfalls. Come on, I need to get better with my speech. Because I don't
I think
understand.
Mayank is definitely
Okay,
still
Dal
in the
Makhani
running
and
for it.
Spandan level pegging into the DRS zone, and no, Spandan once again. Spandan's just not able to get past the AlphaTauri. So I don't understand what's come over Dal Makhani in this final part of the final few
As
laps.
Mosquito says, and the game's crashed. Let's go. I called it.
You called it lap 30. All right. So, well, it is going to be me who is going to get you to the end of this race. Do you want another invite or what?
Nah, it's fine. The
You
race
can
is
just
gonna be over
watch
anyway.
the stream, I guess, and just follow it over there as we
As
see the
Mosquito says, go Mercedes, and he
race leader
definitely
Raman
went.
starts the final lap of the race. Dal Makhani is behind by 2.6 seconds, and for the back, Shrikant. Wow, getting pretty interested there. I think a lot of
It
sound
just
clips can be used
reminds me
from
of
this
that Back
race.
to Future. It just reminds me of the line from Back to Future, Back to the Future, doesn't it? The ramen overtake where we're going, we don't need roads. Um,
Yep, we just need a bit of extra room and no barriers near us.
yeah.
And no, Shrikant is not going to get Mayank on this occasion. So Mayank is still looking handsome for a P2 finish. I mean, I don't know what Dal Makhani is going to do. I mean,
Prospective P2.
with all penalties applied, do you... Okay, Ramen is probably... He has a penalty, but if he gets an extra penalty... Well, let me just pull up the interval to the leader. Mayank's within 5 seconds. So if Ramin even gets a 2-second penalty, he is going to be ahead. Spandan has a
Toast.
penalty. Dal Makhani probably will get a penalty, and I mean, I don't know. Dal Makhani may or may not get a penalty. And as for Ramen,
Yes,
I
as
mean,
Mayank almost hits that barrier on the Anderson village.
yep, that was very close. But thankfully, nothing doing. And Ramen is coming up to the final few corners. He's losing time to the car behind.
I think Caesar has found the
Oh,
emotes
what
on
is
YouTube
going
as
on?
well
Ramen's
now.
just lost 3 tenths to Dal Makhani.
Oh, that's
Is
so
he also
nice.
doing a morally good job of slowing down? And
Hopefully he
Thakur
doesn't
and Smith,
celebrate at the line.
no,
Hopefully he doesn't
don't.
celebrate at the line
And
because
Raman is gonna win the race on track, but it is going. Dal Makhani retires. Spandan finishes P2. Mayank is finishing P2. Oh, the order has been shuffled up a bit. 5, 6 tenths. If Mayank had got 6 tenths, he could have got Raman on track.
I think this one is gonna be discussed in an office.
Yes.
As
And
I was saying, I think Caesar has found the emote tab on YouTube now. If you look at his last few messages,
yes,
definitely
Discord
it's a
emotes
nice
on
discovery for
in
him.
YouTube.
Yes.
It is. I mean, I think Mayank is certainly going to report Raman because he has a win coming his way, and Dal Makhani
Yeah.
treating us to
And
some
if he
tasty
does
donuts
win,
again. Yep.
if he does win, that was the best strategy call I've ever seen. Considering that Mayank at one point was last by 35 seconds, genuinely as the race was going, um, yeah, that I don't know what to say.
There is nothing to say here. I mean, how much time do you think Mayank lost behind Dal because of that contact with? Do I see rain again?
Yeah, no, it'll just auto switch to
That
the rain if
is
like it ends.
all right. Yeah, typical. No, there is raindrops are falling once again. So I think that was, yeah, possibly one of the best
It's
strategy
not just
calls.
the time that Mayank lost, it's the momentum really, because then he got overtaken by Spandan because he was all out
And
of sorts.
okay,
He
Dal
couldn't have
Makhani
expected.
disqualified. And let's have a look at these two, Mayank and Raman. And well, what a race we've just witnessed. Wow, truly remarkable. Oh, wow, I need to drink some water. A character of the race was probably Dal Makhani.
Yes.
Because I'm not entirely sure what he set out to do in that final part of the race. People are leaving the session, so I'm not sure what is going on. Everybody is leaving. I think they were just a bit
Yeah, I
upset
think
with
it's best
that.
we just
Oh!
invite
Oh,
the.
I got kicked out of the lobby. Oh, and I have a weird black screen. So, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Alright, so I could not capture the race director or take us through the final standings. And what is this? What is this? What is this? Can you have? Are you looking at the stream?
How are. Yes, how are people supposed to record the race direct?
Wait, let me just have a look at. No, nothing's changing. Let me hope that virtual showroom works.
Yeah,
I
I think it should work. That's just a
okay.
weird
I'm gonna
sepia
hold it at
filter
very
that the game
particular
puts on
angles.
nowadays.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it at very particular angles. Now, if I keep it moving, it doesn't show up. All right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm gonna be the
It's like.
cinematic camera. What is this? This is what we pay 5,000 rupees for. Let's just add the top 3 into the party meanwhile. So Mayank, Ramen, and Spandan. I believe that was the final order.
Yes.
Ramen, Mayank, and sorry, Spandan. All right. All right. I've added the 3 of them into the party, and I hope they join soon. And okay, I am going to be the camera on this occasion. And okay, if I hold it at this angle, okay, never mind. I'm trying to figure out the angle at which I'm gonna
We
get
might as well just get like stock images of like.
yeah, Red Bull car. Oh, this is wow! What a conclusion to this race.
It's a nice sepia filter that they put
Yep.
on right at the end.
Let me have a look if this helps. No, it absolutely does not. Okay, I believe we have everyone with us. So, guys, just please make sure that your audio sharing is enabled. Yeah. Okay, I don't hear any of them. Spandan,
I think it is, yeah.
you are?
Hello.
Yes, hello. So just make sure your audio sharing is enabled. If somebody in chat can please let us know if they can hear Spandan, Raman, and Mayank. Can we?
Now we have to thank the Odisha Power Department as well.
Yep.
I think it was on the last time. I haven't made any changes. So it's
Let me just have a look.
Okay.
Okay, miss.
Please confirm the same on the chat.
I guess. Okay, just everybody do a mic check one by one.
Ramen, check.
Hello guys, good evening.
Can you hear me? Chips, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear all 3 of you. All right. Perfect. So we are going to start off with Spandan. Sorry. Spandan, you finished P3. But I mean, you were probably pretty frustrated with Dal Makhani at the end there. He was causing you a lot of grief and a lot of headaches as well. Just walk us through your race.
So E3 I think was gifted to me by Srikanth. He slowed down in the last corner to give Oxidize the place, but Oxidize told him that he didn't want it. So it was pretty pissed off. And Singapore, I don't know, my pace today was very slow. Players at Ramen, they were flying. Thankfully, taking good strategy calls. Stayed in front. 20-second gap was there. But again, Navi, I think he became the Latifi of this race, and I think he knew that gap. And Dal Makhani, I knew last race he also considered the place to everyone, so I was expecting him to do the same. I don't know why he depended, like his life depended on it today. Otherwise, I could have finished. I think P2 was possible, definitely possible. But during the last laps, softs fell off, and I think his mediums were holding out better. But anyways, I very happy with P3. I was expecting P5, P6.
Yes.
Not much worse. And Venkatesh, I don't know, he was pushing me in the first laps here. I think he spun on his own. I was defending, but I think his gap was 1 second when he spun.
Spandan, your audio might be off.
I heard everybody. Okay, just do another
Even I can hear him. I don't think other people can. It's probably not showing up on the stream, is what I'm hearing.
Say something, Spandan.
Let me check. Hello, can anybody hear me? Hello?
Oh yeah, actually we can't hear you. Damn. Okay.
Fuck's sake.
Yes, we can hear you now. Just a
Sir.
quick rerun. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, I'm very happy with the position. Srikanth conceded. He was stopped. Wanted Oxidized to overtake him, but that didn't happen. So B3 was gifted to me. I was very slow in today's race. I didn't even practice. So Ramin and I think Tantar Mantar, he was exceptionally fast here. But right strategy calls gave me a 20-second gap. But we became Latifi of this race and demolished that gap. But I don't know what happened with Venkatesh. I'll message him later on, ask him what happened. And the gap was almost, I think, 7 or 8 tenths between me and when he spun. So I think maybe he probably spun in this one. But overall, yeah, I was expecting to beat him much worse, but I'm happy with Icon.
Yep. Just congratulations on your podium finish. Well done, Vifix. Do you have anything to ask Spandan?
I mean, not really. If we had to ask all the questions from this race, then we'd be here for like a podcast interview with everyone. But yeah, I'd say really good job. Yeah, really good job. I think getting that 3 seconds earlier, I think you might have pushed harder at the end if you didn't have the 3 to try and get the win on track. I mean, I think you did. We did finish within 3 seconds of Raman in the end, even with all the Dal Makhani shenanigans. And I mean, we know who is next of kin in the server is, so I don't really expect much from him. Lamau. That's it.
Well, anyways, now we move on to P2. Mayank, are you here?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So, Mayank, a very, very, very eventful race by you. Just one question to you is that the move that Dal Makhani made on you at turn 1 at the safety car restart, I couldn't catch it on stream, but did that give you bargeboard rear wing damage or something?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
Okay, because we were quite surprised with how you like fell back by quite a bit from him. So just walk us through that final part of the race, because that was very, very key for you, and obviously that Raman overtake as well around the outside end of sector 1. Just walk us through the entirety of your race.
It was like not an easy race, of course. I mean, I couldn't finish my final run in the quali to begin with because time ran out. Otherwise, I could have started a bit more towards the starting of the grid. And then it was just a fight between me and Sunshine, possibly that, followed by Rana. And then obviously rain. I messed up the pits. If you guys captured that, I had to go twice. I wanted to go on inters. I could not go because it was already set on mediums, and I was already on mediums, and again went on mediums. So it was like messed up. So there was no point of coming back to the pits. So I was just hoping for the rain to go away as soon as possible, so that I can come up with the pace. And I believe that the guys who were in front didn't pit in time also. I think they pitted a lap later. I don't know why. Everybody was following each other, I believe. If they would have pitted a lap before, I think that things could have been different. But anyway, it worked in my favor. So pretty eventful race indeed.
Yep. Very, very eventful race by you, but nonetheless, P2 is where you're finished right now. Obviously, pending to all stewards inquiry. Yeah, just nonetheless, it's still a very, very good result by you. Congrats. I must say, I was really doubting your strategy of going on to staying out on the mediums at quite a few points, but you really proved me wrong. So, really, really well done by you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yep. And Vifix, anything?
Yeah, no, I just have to say, I said this on stream, but I think that has to be one of the best strategies I've seen, the position turnaround, because I think you were last by, 25, 30 odd seconds, and to finish in a podium position is, I think, yeah, that at a track like Singapore as well, where you can't overtake at all. So that's
a
very commendable effort.
Needs to favor you. I mean, the weather initially, as I told you, pit stop mess up didn't favor me, but in the end, the things that I told you, right? People didn't pit in time, I believe, and work in my favor, and that's how the races are. So glad it finished on podium.
Yep.
Yep.
What matters is that you got to the end there. So just well done. Congratulations.
Thank you guys.
Yep. And we now move on to the race winner, Ramen. Are you here?
Yeah, hi.
Yes, Ramen. What a race you had right at the end. I mean, you had the pace as well, but I think in the end it was not Spandan, sorry. Dal Makhani really helped you out in the end there. He really held you off, held off the others, sorry, quite a bit for you. So just walk us through your race. And obviously that overtake on Mayank as well in the final part of the race, because what happened there? It looked like you went off track to
I
make
think
the
I got a
overtake.
bit lucky from the start. Oxidize and Tantar Mantar had coming together. But then I had the pace to keep up with him. I had never seen him race before, but he was pretty quick. But then he boxed, and that was a risk for me to not box. And my mediums were like really dying to the end, but then I got lucky with the safety car, which allowed me to pit for inters when it was moon dry. And luckily, again, the rain came just in time. And after that, it was just about holding on. And then once it cleared out, I think I gained on Mayank like 8 seconds in 2 laps on something, both of us. So now the overtake, I have to go back and look at the replay. But I was always intent on going out the outside only because he closed out the inside quite tightly. But I think just before braking, I got thrown off by he made a little movement. I mean, I don't think it was like really dangerous or anything, which made me just go off track a bit. And then I picked up damage, so somehow luckily held it.
Yeah, what happened in the last lap, last sector? We saw you lose like 4/10 to
Just
Dal Makhani.
that's where the rears were just gone.
All right.
I got a yellow wing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then it's understandable why we saw you struggle so much in the last few turns there. But nonetheless, great drive by you. You did have a very, very good race, and you did hold on right till the end there. So well done to you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Vifix.
It was like really exhausting.
Yep, Singapore does that to a driver.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a good race, good strat, I would say. I think you Tantar Mantar and Oxidize taking each other out, and then Tantar Mantar taking himself out. It was definitely a thing. I mean, I don't really have much to say. He had the pace. He didn't make mistakes like the others around him, and when he won on track. So, yeah.
Yep. I guess that's it for now. I believe that is it. Yep. Alright, so should I close it out?
Yes.
Alright. So thank you, viewers. I do not thank Codemasters for giving us this sepia filter right at the end here. It really has made me become the cinematic camera right at the end here. But anyways, thank you, Vifix. Always a pleasure. What a race. Once again at Singapore, we've had the opportunity to commentate on. Singapore always delivers. And do stay tuned for D1 tomorrow. It is going to be more of the same. Hopefully less of the carnage and more of the close racing. But well, let's wait and find out. I guess that's it for now. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Take care. Good night and bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.